Where are all of my artists at? My passionate, super fiery creators. Maybe my Leos, my Sagittarius, or my Aries. You know, the ones, the mad scientists, or the social butterflies with their heart on their sleeve, for better, for worse. If this is resonating for you and your lived experience, or if you're desiring to step more into these qualities, then stay tuned because today is our last day of the self-mastery map, and we are going to dive into the qualities and characteristics of the Dark Yin, also known as Dark Feminine archetype. Now, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie Jaie, the Erotic and Tantric Alchemist. I hope you know me by now. If not, welcome. On this channel, we blend sexuality and spirituality with the esoteric, the occult, the modern, and the ancient. We ground it all into 3D reality right here, right now, for real 3D results. We fuse in some inspiration, and we help you create the life you've always dreamed of. If you didn't already know that spirituality and sexuality light the pathway to you living an absolutely incredible life, well, quite frankly, I've got a lot to show you. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and you can join me down the rabbit hole. And of course, if it has to be said, if you're loving my content, you can find me in a few other places. Here, we only see you once a week on Sundays at 10 a.m. Pacific, 12 noon Central. But if you are loving this content and one dose a week is not enough for you, then you can find me spending most of my time in my free Facebook group called The Sex Lab. Make sure you check it out. The link is down below, along with Instagram and all the other great places that I love to hang out. Okay. My loves, Dark Yin is our last quadrant, wow, on the self-mastery map. Over the last 6 videos, we have walked you through the self-mastery map in quite a bit of detail. We've covered what the map is. We've explained how the Tantric law of polarity, or the universal law of duality, whatever you want to call it, works. And we've explained in detail exactly what this means for you and how you can use these energies to become the absolute master of your own reality. Now, if you're wanting a refresher on those 2 topics, you're going to want to check out videos number 1 and 2 in this mini series. And of course, links for that are also in that description down below. Then for the remaining 4 videos, this one being the last one, we went through each quadrant in detail. We started with building up boundaries and releasing a people-pleasing behavior or tendency with the light yin in your top left quadrant. We moved to stepping into your boss babe CEO energy without being a huge jerk in the polarity, which is the dark yang. Then we flipped up to creating more structure and routine in your life with light yang. And now we are finally in the polarity, which is unleashing your creative drive thanks to dark yin energy. This has been an incredible journey for me to record these videos and explain this premise for you in way more detail than one video would provide. As you guys have seen combined, this is like almost 4 hours worth of content. So let me know if you like this format, what you think of it overall. I would love to hear if a mini series format like this is supportive for you, because if you haven't figured it out already, I've got a lot to teach, and sometimes a short little 20-minute video is not enough. So let me know if this resonates, and if so, is there more topics that you would like for me to dive into? Okay, let's dive into this fiery dark yin quadrant and what it correlates to and where this might be showing up in your life. So first of all, in the tarot, this is wands. Your element is fire. Alchemy is heat and dry. Astrology, you've got your fire signs. So Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. And planets, you've got Sun, Mars, and Jupiter. When we're looking at Buddhism, you've got the klesha of passion, the expression of appreciation, and the skandha of perception. If we're looking at Carl Jung, this would be the quadrant of the magician, so fatherly but right brain. And through the Institute of New Paradigm Intimacy, they would call this the dark feminine quadrant. So this is your bottom left. You can think bond level sexy seductress when you think of dark yin energy, or a super passionate creative artist. When in balance, this energy is powerfully seductive without even trying. It is addictively receptive, all-consuming, all-fiery, and super passionate. This energy knows what she wants and she receives it. Unlike the dark yang, which must do the taking itself, because this is the feminine polarity, she is therefore receptive. She knows how to orchestrate her surroundings and her environment to ensure she receives everything her heart desires, with a little fun and probably some mischief along the way. You can call the dark yin the seductress, the artist, the passionate activist, the creatrix, the fire, the heat, or even the orchestrator. But be careful here, you guys. This energy can for sure be all consuming, just like a fire burning too hot and scorching everything in its path. The dark yin, when out of balance, can lead to some super nasty situations for both the person embodying that energy and those around them. So for starters, the dark yin feels emotions very, very deeply and very fully. They are consuming to her or him, and as a result can often consume those around you. This can push partners, friends, and colleagues deeply into their wounded light yang energy, right? The polarity. And this is where we see things like resentment, aggression, frustration, and numbness. For men, we see erectile dysfunction. The dark yin's emotional penetration is essentially pushing the light yang away, pushing its polarity away. And soon you have both individuals feeling lonely, irritated, and angry at best, sometimes much worse. Now, the individual in the light yang energy may or may not actually say anything, which will also lead to resentment and passive aggressive actions over time. So you can see how this, when out of balance, is not great. This energy, just like a fire that is too hot, can scare away even the purest of hearts and the most grounded individuals. So it is absolutely vital to stay grounded when you are in this emotional energy. It's powerful, but we've got to use it with care. Now, this is the energy of creation, but when not balanced with the structure of the light yang, all of that creation goes basically nowhere. Having a ton of amazing ideas is one thing, but not being able to structure them in a healthy way or take action on them doesn't get you anywhere. So again, this is yet another example of just how important it is for us to embody each of these individual characteristics when the timing is right for it. Well, it's not good for us to stay in any one quadrant exclusively, and in fact, doing so leaves us expressing only a fraction of our magic and polarizing those around us. So it's not really that great for anybody. You really want to be able to move with ease. So as a reminder, if you're looking to step into dark yin energy, you want to consciously choose to embody the in-balance characteristics that appeal to you of the dark yin. Again, you can get a fully exhaustive list, either rewind this video or the Pleasure Mastery Map, Self-Mastery Map download link is down below, okay? Now, if you're finding that you're in this area, in this quadrant, and you're a little out of balance, it's okay. We've got a solution for that too. You know me, I'm full of solutions. I'm a solution lady. So what we want you to do is to step into the in-balance light yang energy, the energy of organization, of open-hearted compassion, of balance, and of structure. That will pull you closer to your own center and therefore you closer to self-mastery. So as always, step into your polarity. Okay. My loves, this brings us to the conclusion of our very first ever mini-series. I hope over these last 6 videos you have learned more than you ever expected about energy, balancing energy, the Tantric law of polarity, and how to use this law to completely revolutionize the way you connect with your world. Please let me know your thoughts, your questions, your impressions. You know I love getting all of it. And of course, if you love this mini-series concept and you want to see more like this, let me know any topics that are of interest to you. And while we're on the topic of comments, I've got to remind you, please make sure to help people find this video. You can do that by leaving a comment saying how much you loved it. You can share it with people that need to see it. You can like it. You can subscribe. All of these little things help other humans find this work, and that helps all of us grow and evolve together. So please, whatever feels aligned for you, please make sure that you are sharing this, our community, and your own growth and soul. Well, thank you. Now, next week, we're going to switch something up and we're going to do something completely different. And we're actually going to talk about spiritual lineage. So it's a totally different topic. I'm super passionate about it, and I hope you'll share that passion with me as well. As always, every single week, we will be going live at 10 a.m. Pacific. That is 12 noon Central on Sundays. So either hit that subscribe button or put a reminder in your phone, Or in a best of all worlds type situation, maybe do both, just so you know that you can catch us as soon as the video drops and be one of the first people to comment. Thank you as always for being here with me today and always, my loves. I'm so grateful for you. My heart and this community love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you next week.